Hello, this is Dr. Nancy Furlow, and in this unit we're going to talk about sustainable marketing strategies. Why would a company have an environmental sustainable strategy? Environmental sustainability is a management approach that involves developing strategies that both sustain the environment, improve society, and produce profits for the company. Often in a business environment, you'll hear this referred to as the triple bottom line. Companies should always look at how their business practices affect people, planet, as well as producing profit for the company, because in order to continue to do good things, of course, the company has to stay in business. Also, public companies are held responsible by their shareholders, and they have that responsibility to remain profitable. Sustainability also doesn't just mean environmental sustainability, it also means sustainability of the company. One aspect of marketing that is often referred to when talking about a sustainable marketing practice is this idea of consumer-oriented marketing. And this is when you'll see the concept of the sustainability practices of a business being used as part of their branding when you associate them with being a sustainable company. And this concept of consumer-oriented marketing is that the principle of sustainable marketing that holds a company should view and organize its marketing activities from the consumer's point of view. Again, with this concept is basically recognizing that environmental sustainability, social responsibility is important to consumers, and the company is conveying their social innovation through their marketing activities. Also referred to as a sense of mission marketing, which is basically that a company, again, is using this principle of marketing that's defining its mission in broad social terms rather than a narrow product terms. More and more companies today are embracing this concept of having a social mission as part of their overall corporate strategy. But whether or not it's legitimate and whether or not it's true to their mission still remains to be seen. But companies that are really devoted to having this sense of mission marketing, it becomes very clear, and like I said before, it's used as part of their branding. We equate the company, the brand, to being socially responsible. And this example of Pedigree has developed their own foundation, which has been helping to adopt out shelter animals for many, many years. And because of that, it's become one of the it's the world's #1 dog food brand, because it is so quickly recognized as being socially responsible. Other companies that are clearly communicating and marketing on this mission-based marketing concept are Ben & Jerry's, The Body Shop, Burt's Bees, Patagonia, Method, detergent and soaps, Seventh Generation, Tom's Shoes. The list goes on and on. These are just a few. Hopefully your case studies, you'll point to some other companies that are doing this as well. So why are the motives for environmental strategy? Well, companies will embrace an environmental strategy for a number of different reasons. It may be because of public concern, and this is sort of an ebb and flow interest, as you saw from the earlier sections. Interest by the public in environmental issues kind of comes and goes. It was, of course, really popular in the 70s, then again in the 90s, died off, and then now it's starting to rise again in the last 5 years or so. But it could also be because of regulatory forces. And depending on the industry, you may see this as really being the driving force for an environmental strategy. And this is where we really see this in fossil fuels or any of the energy sectors, where it's more that regulations are driving the environmental strategy. Auto manufacturers with their fuel efficiency cars, they're not necessarily doing it just because they thought it was right. They're doing it because government regulations are requiring them to produce cars that are more fuel efficient. And another reason for an environmental strategy could be because of the competitive advantage that a company will gain from this. When products are very similar and there really is no distinction from one or the other, by having a green product or a more sustainable product is one way for a company to gain that competitive advantage. Other possible advantages of having an environmental strategy, realistically, it can save money and improve efficiency in the production of products, preserve resources for the company for future. It can enhance their reputation, product quality improvement. Like I said before, differentiation from your competition, complying with legislation, attract quality employees. And with millennials, studies have shown that this is really important, that more and more people want to work for companies that are doing good. And by having an environmental strategy or a sustainable strategy, companies are finding that they're able to retain quality employees, attract quality employees in the first place, and then retain them. Satisfying consumer needs in marketing, that's real important to recognize the consumer needs and how do you create value for consumers. As consumers are demanding more environmentally friendly products, that's more of a motive for companies to produce environmentally friendly products. Meeting stakeholders' expectations. With public companies, stakeholders are having more of a, shareholders are having more of a say and are demanding environmental standards within the companies. By having a good environmental track record, companies are able to attract new capital investments and can also capitalize on new opportunities. So there are a number of reasons why companies should opt in for an environmental strategy for the corporation. Public or private, the advantages are really overwhelming. So when we're looking at a marketing strategy, we're looking really at the marketing mix and how can, through the marketing mix, the 4 Ps that we talked about before, how can companies develop a sustainability strategy within the marketing mix, whether it's with the environmentally friendly product, environmentally friendly pricing. And by this, we're talking about how do you price your products so that consumers will choose the environmentally friendly product over the less environmentally friendly product. Distribution channels. Walmart is a great example of this. Promotion. How do you communicate sustainability? And different strategies within your promotional strategy. How to communicate the sustainability of the company, but also how to communicate in a sustainable way. So we're going to talk about all of these 4 Ps separately in the upcoming lessons, and next week we'll start with the product and how to develop greener products.